are heading up near Mount Baker. We're hiking up to Artist Point. It's going to be a pretty short hike, but we have heavy packs and we're ready to camp for the night. We're taking you guys along with us. Hey everyone, this is Brecca.
This is Nick.
This is our first video, and we thought what better way to kick off our channel than to take you guys along with us for our first snow camping trip. We wanted to share some things that were helpful to us during our first winter backpacking experience, and also some things that we just wish we did differently, so hopefully you guys can learn from all of our mistakes.
If you're hiking in the winter, start cold. Trust us. The weight of your pack and the exertion of the hike will warm you up in no time. So if you're running down the trail or wearing too many layers, you will begin to sweat pretty quickly. Once your base layer is damp, your body will be working in overtime, just trying to stay warm. So just do yourself a favor and keep that puffy jacket in your pack until you stop to set up your camp.
So when you find a spot to set up camp for the night, you're going to have to spend some time shoveling out snow for your tent site and packing it down pretty well. We had one shovel between the two of us, so we actually ended up using one of our snowshoes to help with the digging. So if that's the case, if for some reason you forget a shovel, your snowshoe could be a decent substitute as long as the snow is not too heavy for it. So if the snow's too heavy and you end up breaking a snowshoe, you're going to have to post hold the whole way out. You're going to look and feel like a real asshole, so write this down. Don't fuck it up.
Also, for your tent setup, make sure you have a footprint or some sort of barrier between your tent and the snow. And you may want to anchor your tent with your trekking poles or an ice axe if you have something like that. I know we wish we'd brought ours along because it just would have been much sturdier than the stakes that came with the tent. Also, your stakes and your poles or whatever you use to anchor your tent are going to end up freezing into the ground overnight. So be prepared to put a little work into getting those out in the morning when you break your camp.
So it's winter, stuff is going to freeze, including your water and your food. To keep from breaking a tooth on your energy bar, keep it in your breast pocket or somewhere close to your body for 10 minutes or so before you want to eat it, so it keeps it a decent temperature. And to save yourself from having to chew your water, we put our Nalgene bottles in a sock, or we wrap a t-shirt around it and we keep it in the center of our packs, not on the outside. If you are using a water bladder, don't forget to keep the hose inside of your pack.
Another topic that is important to us is leave no trace. This is a pretty simple concept. Basically, if you pack it in, then you should pack it out. Basically, just don't be a dick. There's something uniquely frustrating about seeing a discarded water bottle or used toilet paper or something like that while you're out on a hike. When it comes to winter camping, just keep in mind that leave no trace is not only applies to hauling in everything that you brought with you, but it also applies to filling in the hole that you dug for your tent and things like that.
So it's the afternoon. We're in the tent, relaxing. Nick's taking a nap. I am sharing a sleeping pad with both dogs. I don't know if you could see Cooper. I'm squished right against the wall. Not particularly comfortable, but I am super warm. So, yeah.
Another tip for when you're finally settling down in your tent for the night is to throw your clothes for the next day and an extra pair of socks in your sleeping bag with you. That way they'll be super warm when you go to put them on in the morning. Also, we had foot warmers in our socks at night, but if you don't have those with you, you can always warm up some water in your stove before bed. Put that in your Nalgene and keep that near your feet at night to help keep your toes nice and toasty.
Here we go.
So, Bark Eaters, we just wanted to sit down after our winter camping experience and talk about a couple takeaways that we had from the whole situation. This isn't going to be the format for most of our videos. We had some trouble with the audio when we were filming as we were camping. It was just way too windy. We weren't prepared for that. We're still learning a lot, so bear with us. Bark with us.
Boo! Now, thanks for watching.
You can't boo your own wife.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
We are currently drinking beer.
Nice.
This is from Matchless, which is in Tumwater, Washington, and it's delicious. I've never had this one, but it's 13% alcohol by volume, so if I start slurring my words, you know why.
Getting him drunk. Anyways, yeah, so we are gonna end every video just sitting and chatting with you guys about our takeaways with some really good beer. We're new to Washington, and one thing we learned is it has the best beer we've ever drank. We're really into trying different breweries. So I am drinking Hairy Elephant, which was my nickname in high school also. And this is in Tumwater too.
Yeah, that's Matchless.
Oh, it's the same brewery?
Yeah.
Oh, cut that out. I'm
Keep
well
that in.
educated on beer. Trev! Hey! It's not a porno. No one wants to hear that.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
So there goes the whole thing.
I was really nervous before we went. I was so afraid of being cold. We've never camped in anything but really nice weather in Colorado, and this was our first time camping in Washington at all. So I just had this fear of being cold, and we don't really have winter gear. We just kind of made it work. Our sleeping bags were 20 degrees, so we were actually pretty comfortable. We woke up in the morning and we were like, wow, we weren't even that like cold. We slept a little. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't our own bed. I had Trek in my sleeping bag with me, and he produces so much heat and he's so cuddly, so I really liked that. But for sure, one thing, we got to the car and as soon as we had cell phone service, we ordered 0-degree sleeping bags. So we weren't suffering, but we weren't cozy. We definitely could have had better gear. So that was my takeaway. Did you fart?
Yeah, I just no, that was
I thought you really did. I'm like, grow up, we're
No,
filming.
you'll know when I do. You'll get sick. So one thing that we do suggest, having been through this just the once, is kind of what we did is we picked a popular spot. We didn't go trek 10 miles in, set up camp, and then find out that we were freezing and have to trek out. So we trekked like a mile in. There were a few people around us, and that way if we woke up in the middle of the night and we were like shivering or the dogs were cold and we had to trek out, it would take us 45 minutes or something like that, and we could get out of there and get to warmth.
Let's see. Another thing is we ended up melting snow for our food and in our stove to make ramen for dinner. And this was before the wine, so I cannot even blame it on the wine. I just took snow that was next to me and I put it in our stove. And we're like eating our ramen, and I'm like, this like the snow is like covered with dog hair because our dogs have been all over camp. And then Nick's like, you could like put some effort into it. I literally just was like, oh, snow.
Yeah, you can actually see it in the video where she sets up the stove and then she reaches 1 foot.
Not even.
And she puts, it's like, just take a couple minutes, walk a little bit away from your camp, find some nice fresh snow.
Yeah.
Use
well,
that.
It wasn't yellow. It wasn't yellow snow. It was covered in a lot of dog hair, but so was our life.
Yeah.
So I don't.
The yellow snow was for dessert.
Yeah.
So she saved that. That was nice.
It's just like, that's all we're gonna hear. This fat ass chewing his bone in the video. Carry on.
Okay. So another thing this weekend is we saw some people building snow caves to sleep in overnight. They were maybe 200 yards from us. They ended up probably taking, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours to dig out
They got
completely.
there like 2 p.m. or so. It was like pretty late in the day.
It was still dark. Actually, there's a couple photos in our video of, I took a couple photos of them still working well into the evening when it was dark, trying to get it. I went and talked to them in the morning just to get a little more information, and now I think that is actually going to be the topic of our next video, is going to be
Next week.
Snow camping. I think you should mention the most important thing that you wanted to take away from this, is that if you're going to do this, don't take Cheez-Its.
Oh yeah, I was really upset about that.
Combos.
Well, I was upset about bringing Cheez-Its because I love them. Who doesn't? But they got really squished because my backpacking is hard. You have to bring so many things into your pack and like really pack it down. And they got squished, and I just wish, I'm not joking, I wish I brought something more durable.
Well,
like,
tell the people what flavor to bring.
I told you this in confidence.
Don't
and I
leave
didn't
them
want
hanging.
like that to be a thing on the internet.
It's a thing.
I wish I brought combos because they're probably a bit more delicious than Cheez-Its, and they're more durable, so they can stand up to like being shoved into your pack with all of your other gear. And now I'm embarrassed that I have
And
to
now you know.
He's got that fucking bone.
Oh. We have 2 of them?
We have like
Sorry.
5.
Hey, you're gonna wait, but alright.
We for sure are not experts. Like Nick said, this was our first time camping in the winter ever. So we were kind of figuring it out as we went along. We, don't take our word verbatim with everything, but if you guys have questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and we'd love to help you out if we can, but we also encourage you to do your own research as well. This video, please hit the thumbs up button and let us know, and leave a comment. And if you don't like this video, we don't want to know. If you don't like this video, it must mean that you don't like dogs, which means you're not a very nice person. Right, Chuck?
Right.
I think that's accurate. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. Give a high five. Leave a comment. Subscribe to our channel. If you don't like this video, you don't like dogs.
If you don't like this video,
do you
fuck
have
it.
a soul? If you don't like this video, then fuck you. I'm just kidding. Please come.
So for this video, this actually won't be our typical format. This was our first time we went out. We recorded a bunch of video outside with the wind, and it is just unusable. You cannot hear what we're talking about. So we kind of had to just change things around on this one. We have plans in place for the next video, so hopefully the next one is a little bit more like we want it, but this will be evolving as we progress, and the more videos we make, we're going to refine what we're doing with this and make it more, I guess, viewer friendly. Yeah. So stay tuned, stick with us, give us your comments, give us your feedback.
Positive feedback.
Be brutally honest. We want to know.
No, I just want positive feedback.
Okay. Anything for Brecca is just positive. All the rest of it, you can just say, this is just for Nick. But we want to know, because we want to give you something that you actually want to watch and that is useful to you. So,
Yep.
other than that, thanks for watching, and we will see you here next week.
Yeah, every Monday. So subscribe, bitches. Just kidding. You're not a bitch, but please subscribe.
They might be a bitch.
I think I have a lisp when I say bitch.
Bits. Subscribe, bitch.